Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the semi-final of the men's sevens. It is Argentina taking on Spain. Now, a couple notable mentions for this Argentine side. Santiago Mari is going to be playing. Now, it looked like he was down and out yesterday. Marcos Moneta also going to be playing in this game, I believe, off the bench though, rather than in the starting... Oh no, he is in the starting lineup. My apologies. Looking through at the rest of the Argentinian starting side, it is Luciano Gonzalez, Graziano, Palandini, Azutsuk, and also Santiago Alvarez, the last man. And at the starting side for the Spanish, they've got Juan Ramos, Valencias, Manu Moreno, Paul Pla, Joseph Ceres, Alejandro Laforga, and also Eduardo Lopez. But this game, just now, it is kicking off. That's the thing, the semi-finals, they are back to back to back. We've just covered the two women's games. We're jumping straight into the men's. And the next game that's taking place is New Zealand versus South Africa for the other side of the semi-finals. But Argentina, they have got themselves the ball 40 metres out from the Spanish line. Great ball to Azutsuk. And if anyone in recent times has been able to carve through the Spanish, it has been Argentina, almost using his power all the way for Azutsuk. But I believe he's been held up in the in-goal area. Just checking this one. Try yes or no is the question asked. But that is insane, the strength that he showed to just keep on bundling through the tackle attempt of Manu Moreno. And I think he's going to be held up. That ball is up for a pretty long time. That is brilliant defense from Juan Ramos to be able to get in there and help. It's going to be called as no try, but it is held up, which does mean it will be a 5-metre scrum for Argentina due to the sevens rules, rather than being like Union, which would be a goal line dropout in sevens. You're pretty much straight back under the pressure. Whoever wins this, like I said, will face either the Blitz box or the All Black Sevens in the final. Spain were able to get themselves the victory over New Zealand in the group stage fixtures. Argentina, they were defeated by South Africa. Ball going in for Joaquin Palandini. 5 metres out from the line for Los Pumas. And under pressure there. Getting over the ball for Juan Ramos. Now, penalty does go the way of the Spanish. It's a pretty big one to win. Only the 1 minute gone in this match. But it will absolutely fly by. Vamos España from Fleshin as well. But of course, do let me know your score predictions for this one, ladies and gents. Who do you think will be able to get themselves the victory? But yeah, just at the back of the scrum, not the cleanest one that we've seen from the Argentinians. They were looking like the walking wounded yesterday. They had Santiago Mari, their captain, going down with an injury. Moneta ended up taking a shot to his eye. Luciano Gonzalez was also nursing his hamstring near the end of the day. So all things to note heading into this match. But one thing is for sure, when Argentina are at full strength, they are extremely hard to beat. Juan Ramos having to get that ball out as Argentina still putting pressure on the breakdowns. 22 metres out from their line. Spain now have got the ball again. Argentina, I think, says Fleshin and Vamos Argentina. Says Martin there too. La Forga only a few metres out from his line. Luciano Gonzalez considered jumping in. But that is going to go against the Argentines for not rolling away high again, says B. Brits. Welcome in. You are doing extremely well and hope you are excited for this matchup as well as the semi-final just around the corner. Straight after that, we're covering South Africa versus Kenya in the women's. Then we've got like a 20-minute break. We will be scheduling the next like 5 live streams that we're going to be doing on the channel as well. So it's going to be hectic, but very enjoyable for today. Spain last beat Argentina in pool play back in Cape Town 2019. It just shows you how long it has been that Argentina have had the Spanish number, and they have beaten them many times, or have faced them many times anyway. Just in the most recent few years of the sevens. Spain now in possession about 40 metres out from the line. Honestly, love both these teams. Which one do you think will be an easier game for the Blitz box? First, they have to beat New Zealand, though, and that's the big statement at the end. They can't look too far in the future. In terms of styles, I would say that, Spain have beaten South Africa really badly before. I think it was 1 or 2 tournaments ago they absolutely dominated the Blitz box. Argentina, they have had times where they've beaten South Africa too, but the benefit that South Africa have at the moment is they've at least beaten Argentina this tournament. So you'd say maybe they'd actually prefer to face the number one. And I feel like that's also the mentality of South Africa, or at least it should be, is these guys won the whole series in terms of points. Let's beat them in the final and make a statement. Or they'll say, or some might say that Spain are the easier option, but if you're through to the final, you want to beat the best to say that you are the best. Manu Moreno passes on the outside. Spain here with the chance. Paul Pla goes through, and Spain score the try. That is fantastic work as they score the first of the semi. And Spain says, Ruth, and also, come on, New Zealand, do your best. Yeah, well, it's going to have to be a pretty big performance from the Kiwis to be able to get themselves the victory in that next game. But we are going to be covering it as soon as this match comes to a close. Of course, if these sides are level at the end of regular time, we do go to Golden Point, which we have already seen today when Canada faced the Germans. Managed to get themselves the bonus point victory, or Golden Point victory. Low kick. Really strong strike from the sideline, but doesn't go over. Means that the score at the moment is going to remain at 5-0. Paul Pla at the moment, in terms of all-time tries, he is right up the top of the list. Eduardo Lopez in second on 63. Paul Pla on 109, well and truly above the rest. That one's going to be slapped back well by Spain, well controlled around the halfway line. What's the golden point? It's pretty much when the two teams are level at the end of the game, they go for an extra 5-minute period of play. Whoever gets one form of point, whether that's try, drop kick, penalty, anything like that, will then win them the game. So it's pretty much just first to get a point after a draw. And yes, don't be cocky, no game is won till the Flanty sang. Anything can win in the sevens now. Nice pass on the outside. Big attack and run for Valencias. And this is looking like another try. Oh no, not quite. 15 metres out. They've done extremely well to drag him down as he looked like he was gone for all money. Although this is not over yet in terms of the attack from Spain. Manu Moreno dragged down by Palandini and Gonzalez. Oh, extra time basically, pretty much, except if extra time had a sudden stop, I guess is the best way of describing. Now Argentina able to take the ball back. They are still inside of their 22 though. Did I miss South Africa? You did not know. Next game is when they are taking place. And then actually straight after that, we are going to be covering the South Africa versus Kenya women's game on the channel too. It sounds like Santiago Mari still struggling a little bit with that strapping, and the penalty does go the way of the Spanish again. I think they were considering going quickly, but instead they will just set it for the scrum. Referee just having a bit of a chat there to Argentina, who might have been talking back a little bit. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Argentina have won all their 3 meetings between these teams this season by an average of 20 points. So 5-0 at this stage of the contest probably doesn't set the pattern. And what time is the final? Final will be taking place at 12:41. So the women's final is confirmed. That is going to be happening at 12:05. But yeah, the men's final, 12:41 p.m. New Zealand time, which is 2:41 a.m. for you guys in South Africa. So a bit of a brutal time, that one. Now, going to be a scrum. Still a bit of chat between the referee and Argentina. But now, Ramos ready to feed this ball in. I've just said there, 19-game losing streak up against Argentina for Spain. So if they were able to somehow break that, it's only a crouch, says AJ Jacobs. He's trying to stop them from going too early. 19 matches is a long time. Like I said, back 2019, which doesn't sound that long ago, but that's like 6 years. It's a long time. That is how long, of course, in the rugby union side of things, we have seen one side be the world champs, and they are hoping to become world champs in their next couple of games of the sevens. Now, short ball to Josep Ceres. La Forca, that almost looked like a knock-on the ground, but they will be playing on, burning the midnight oil and more. Now passing across to the side, stepping from Paul Pla. Doesn't get through. Marcos Moneta over the ball. Is it going to be his? No. Taken straight back by Eduardo Lopez. It's the halftime siren, but Spain seem to have an urgency about them here. Rush defense from Argentina. Doesn't work out. Alvarez, though, eventually gets rid of him. La Forga tries to step almost through. And again, he's going to be ankle tapped. Romain Schultz goes for the ball. Can't get it. Manu Moreno goes to Paul Pla. Out on the outside. Oh, that was a shoulder by Santiago Mari. This is going to be at least a yellow, I would say. When New Zealand men play sevens, I get nervous, but of course I want them to win. Says Nod Mum. And you say, our great fly half's name better than me. And I'm South African, says Return. Right, they're checking to see if this is serious foul play from Santiago Mari. So the tackle was being made. That's bad. Like, yes, he was getting tackled, but he didn't really dip that much and still contacted the head. I think this one is going to mean that Santiago Mari, as sore as his leg is, I don't think he's going to be playing anymore in this matchup. In fact, I would be very surprised if he is. And yeah, it didn't look too good in real time. Any contact to the head normally gets you in a little bit of trouble. Jesus, Spain win. They'll be super pumped for the final. Recommendation of a red card for Argentina. This is now almost given throwback vibes to South Africa versus Argentina. Did take place as the bronze medal final back in the London Olympics. And, in fact, it was the Tokyo Olympics, I think it was. And what we saw there was the red card for Argentina. It was actually their captain, Gaston Ravol, in that one. But it is now going to be Spain with the scrum feed. They were able to win that game with the red. But in this one, it's going to be tough to do. And like they've said, it should just be an easy numbers game to fire this one. Out the back line, back across to the right-hand side, stepping through the middle as La Forga. Offload to Ramos. One more pass, and it would be the try, but they won't need the extra one. Eduardo Lopez, before scoring it, gives a little, was pretty much what he did, a little slap of the chest for half a millisecond. But Spain in the lead at the moment, 10 points to 0, with a kick still to come too. So this will be a pretty massive moment in this game, as now we do see them getting slightly behind. Like they are saying, Argentina, they are in for a tough second half here. They are going to have to find some really deep down heart to be able to win this contest. We all go like that and like that. We have got their red and sevens, please. Or pretty rare. Relatively, although easier to get one in sevens, I would say, than in union in terms of any sort of head contact with a bit of force in sevens normally gets the red. Whereas in rugby union, sometimes you get a yellow with the mitigation side of things, but normally in sevens, a red's not normally a mile away at times. If anyone is wondering why they can hear clicking, it is because I am setting up the next live streams as we speak. Due to how many games of sevens are happening pretty much back to back to back, I don't actually get much of a gap to be able to do any setting up in between them. So we have to do it during the halftime breaks, but currently a nice lead of 12 points to 0, or 10 points to 0, I should say. Alex, I tuned in again about 3 a.m. last night. Some of the others left the party by then. I noticed Lilia B being one of them. Geez, you're just trying to annoy everyone today, aren't you, Bruce, in terms of all your ex-buddies, I guess we could call them now. But now, second half, very close to taking place. Next contest will be South Africa versus New Zealand. We are going to be going straight into that game after this one is finished. So, of course, if you guys are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And cheers for this weekend's of rugby. Hamish, enjoy your weeks. Off to work's my boss, Cranky on Monday. Take care, boss. See you as a Blues Nate. Yeah, hopefully you do have a great day at work and great week at work. And, of course, we will get to see you for the next weekend. And I actually have a Los Leon Spanish rugby t-shirt, says Fleshin. Tell you what, if they keep on playing the way that they have been, that thing will be worth a little bit of money at some point soon. Definitely if it's signed or anything, that might have to be the goal for yourself, Fleshin. Get over to one of their legs and get that thing signed on. But we are now back underway for this contest, and not quite the start to the second half that they would have been after Spain. Not getting at the 10 metres, which gives Argentina now the possession. She knows I'm pulling her leg just. Says Bruce. Now Tobias Wade taking the quick tap, and Santiago Mari is off the field for the rest of this game, which means Argentina have to do absolutely everything they can. They haven't found Gonzalez too often throughout this match as of yet. They had their early chance to score of Azutsuk, but he was held up. Uh-oh. Is this TMO? It sounds like Alejandro Laforga might be in trouble. He actually went over to the ref and said, was that me? And ref said, yup. This might be bad. You'd assume it would have to be bad if they're stopping play in general. Oh, I mean, it's a shoulder. He was off balance. I don't think he necessarily... It looks kind of bad from a distance. But I think it was more of the case of he slightly fell. There's head contact. He's very passive. So it's going to be a yellow card. I did watch the South Africa-Argentina game. You weren't paying attention, Hamish. Please tell Bruce off. Says Lilia B. But it is going to be the yellow card for Laforga. So a game of sixes, as they've now labelled it, for the next 2 minutes or so. This is where Argentina have their best possible chance of getting back into the match. If they don't do it now, I don't know when they will. Like they've said, right call in that scenario. Probably a little bit unlucky, I would say. Sorry, I had to stretch the back. It was tightening up. We have sat in this chair for probably about 30 hours over the last 2 days. And we are not done yet. Marcos Maneta going to be the man feeding into the scrum. I'll be back there in the summer and finding a non-ex-student Spaniard who likes rugby is a bit tough, says Fleshin. But now, Marcos Maneta plays half. That might not actually be a bad thing here for Argentina, getting him involved just a little bit more, but it's going to be the penalty now. Oh. Okay, they've said that he was tackled, so he's not allowed to stand up, and another penalty goes the way of Spain. They are really looking strong in this semi-final, picking the perfect time. And honestly, like, when you think about a fairy tale ending for the Spanish side, this is already their best finish they've ever had, by miles. Last year, they were 10th. At this stage, they are currently sitting third. An opportunity to complete what would be a massive achievement. But still time left. Ramos throws it in. It's going to be taken by Argentina now. Luciano Gonzalez. One thing that has been impressive in this game has been Spain's defense. Step from Marcos Moneda, trying to find his way through, but they are all over him again. Luciano Gonzalez goes back across to the right-hand side. Offload there from Bazan Velez, who has made his way on. Luciano Gonzalez goes again. Manu Moreno got sold the wrong way, but he's still just about... No, he misses the tackle, and Gonzalez goes in for the try. That will be a bit of a heartbreaking one for the Spanish. They did a lot right there. I'll take a 2-minute timeout just to make you happy, Bruce. Says Lilia B, and also, well, Spain winning, says Hanoi. Apologies the sufficient amount. It's my fourth favourite thing about him. Says Returner, also thanks. Says Bruce. Gonzalez does score. He is a crucial player in this Pumas lineup, and I believe it is still 6-on-6. Yes, it is. And the kick from Argentina is also unsuccessful, which means that between these two sides, we have seen 3 missed conversions. And honestly, that could be the difference at the end of this match, depending on what happens if Argentina are able to score again. But now, Bazan Velez kicks it off, just travels the 10, kick back by Germain Schultz. And Bazan Velez does now have the ball, but he's dropped it. And Spain, they look like they're willing to take the scrum, as that will mean that they go back to their full 7 on the field. So actually a really smart move from Eduardo Lopez there. Coscuela, he will make his way onto the field. And does look like Trevor Fick as well. And that's no longer than 2 minutes though. I'll start to miss you otherwise, says Bruce. Now ready to go for the scrum here. Just inside of the Argentinian half. Next game that is taking place will be New Zealand versus South Africa. That one is scheduled to kick off at 8:46. Now, they might be a bit optimistic to get that one done by then. So what we might quickly do is I'll actually reschedule that live stream. They are slowly getting further behind in terms of the start times in this match. But the scrum at the moment, it is in the feed of the Spanish. They're going to get an attack going once again here. It's one of those games that at the moment seems like it's right on the cusp of going either side's way. I think that if Argentina score again, they'll probably win from here just because of how many games they have been able to finish out. But if Spain are the next team to score, I'd say that they should finish the job. And Coscuela, he is through and no one will be able to catch him. He celebrates there again and does slam that ball down for the Spanish. South Africa good now. They've had 3 wins in a row. So they've gone a lot better than some anticipated in this competition. Greeting from South Africa, says Cameron Engelbrecht. Welcome in. Of course, South Africa taking on New Zealand just around the corner from starting. The winner will face more than likely Spain at this stage unless Argentina can turn it around very quickly here. But down a man, of course, it is always going to be a bit more of a challenge for the Argentines. But I just think they're a side that have had so many knocks throughout the seasons in terms of injuries that they're just slowly diminishing. I mean, Luciano Gonzalez hamstring, Marcos Mineta knocked to the head yesterday, Santiago Mari injured knee, then gets a red card because maybe he isn't quite at the same pace as he used to be. Oh, joining into the breakdown there, Bazin Velez, he's got strapping all around his head too. Now, inside of their own 22, Gonzalez, oh my, that is brilliant from Spain. They had players all over him. Luciano Gonzalez has the ball ripped off them, and Spain score again. And 8:46, and how many minutes away? It's 10:45 here in Namibia. Seems like we're 2 hours apart. So yeah, in 1 minute time is when it was supposed to be kicking off, but it is happening on the same field as this one, which means they are unable to kick off until, of course, this game does come to a close. We got strange and good to see Spain in the finals these days. Says Hanoi, yeah, they're one of those sides that, like, a lot of people underrated them last year. Like, they could cause upsets, but they did finish so low in the rankings. This year they've come out and they have just been brilliant from start to finish. That one has gone over, and now the score with 60 seconds remaining. This is not a typo, and it is 24-5. The last time that Spain beat Argentina was 19 matches ago in 2019. I just want South Africa to win another World Cup. See all the smiles on the breakdown. Seems a cool story, bro. That one's going to be passed across Spain. Looking like they aren't in too much of a hurry here. Jamie Manteca kicking it in behind. Another chance to chase after this of Sainz. Trapanga gets it forward. Oh, Manteca. Oh, that might have been Sainz Trapanga. That looked like something that's going to need a TMO check, as one man almost put it down, then the other man did. But there might have been a grounding for Argentina in between those two moments. It'd be less than 14 hours to go to complete my 48 hours fast, says Bruce. They're just checking this. Did Gonzalez get it down? Because if he didn't, I think that might be a try for Sainz Trapanga. Oh, the thing there is Manteca may have slightly knocked it on, though, when he went for the grounding. It's hit someone's hand, but I don't think anyone's actually got that ball down initially. And that's Jason Spanish, dude. Should have stayed on his feet, says Hanoi. You may award the try for Spain, so that's going to be yet again another one. That'll make it 29 points to 5. This is quite miraculous. A red card for Argentina, of course, is a factor, but like Spain have gone beast mode in this contest. New Zealand versus Spain would be a very interesting final. I'll say that right now because there's already tension and bad blood between the two teams. South Africa versus Spain. I believe the last time that they played, I think Spain beat them as well. So there's a bit of tension heading into that final. Great second half, Spain. Says Hanoi, great match in general from this side. They have just been on song, and the better side. Spain is certainly the surprise packet of the World Sevens. They need to get some reward at the annual Rugby Awards. Certainly, Spain is really amazing. Says Roger, and Spain getting better and better lately. Says Patricia, yeah, they're no longer the easy beats. And it surprises me how many times they come into games as underdogs with the current group of players that they've got. Just using up as much time off the clock as they physically can here before kicking it off long. Buzzin Velez has got the possession. Argentina deciding that they want to have one last crack here, try and look for a try. But Spain once again are all over them. That's offside from Jamie Mantek, who just tried to throw that ball into touch. Here we saw it, Spain won because they believe in themselves for its return. And they've broken the 6-year streak. And, well, Spain very good, says Xander there as well. As soon as this one does end, we will be going over to that next live stream, ladies and gents. But Spain on 29 points here. They will boot the ball into touch, and they are victorious in this match. The crowd are behind them too, by the sounds of it, but we will go over to that next stream. Do thank you all very much for tuning in. I'll see you all in a very brief moment.